All right, welcome back. So we are continuing on with the World History is Our History series. The specific playlist that we are building on is the White History playlist, which is part 16, the Musugiti. And this is another one of the tribes, civilizations of Caucasians that we'll be kind of covering today. So let's go on ahead and just get on into it. Number one, the Musugiti, which it took me a minute to figure all that out because the spelling, how it appears when you look at it versus how you're supposed to pronounce it, two different continents apart. So anyway, number one, the Musugiti, an ancient Eastern Iranian Saka people, inhabited the steppes of Central Asia and were part of the wider Scythian cultures. Number two, in the 8th to 7th centuries BC, the Musugiti expelled the Scythians from Central Asia, leading to a significant consequence, or consequences plural. Queen Tamiris of the Musugiti is famous for allegedly defeating and killing Cyrus, the founder of the Persian Achaemenid Empire. So, pardon me. Piece by piece, the layers of the onions being peeled back. So in parts one through, well, not parts one through, but in a lot of those earlier parts leading up to this installment of part 16, you've heard me talk about the Achaemenid. Now we about to dig into them a little bit and get a little bit more info. So Cyrus, I believe history deems him or labels him as Cyrus the Great, but either way, this Cyrus was allegedly defeated and killed by Queen Tamiris of the Musugiti. So number four, after the 3rd century BC, the Musugiti declined and merged with other tribes to form the Alans, part of the larger Sarmatian tribal confederation. So some of these Sarmatians we covered in part 12, I believe. Number five, the Babylonian scribe Berosus, Berosus suggested that Cyrus died in a battle against the Dahe, not the Musugiti. Number six, little is known about the Musugiti after the war with Cyrus, but during the Achaemenid period, they pressed on Hyrcania. Number seven, in 520 BC, Achaemenid King Darius I, and we've heard of him too, conquered the Musugiti and replaced their ruler Skusha. I'm trying to pronounce these names now. With someone loyal to Achaemenid power. So basically, in a nutshell, rather than destroy the whole kingdom, Darius I might have just had the leader of the Musugiti capped off and then put in a puppet ruler who gonna toe the line and just keep everything business as usual. You know what I'm saying? All right. Moving on. Number eight, the territories of the Musugiti were absorbed into the Achaemenid Empire as part of Chorasmia. Chorasmia. Number nine, the Musugiti provided a significant number of troops to the Achaemenid army during the Macedonian invasion led by Alexander III. So while you may not have never in your life heard of the Musugiti, you've heard of the Macedonians. I'm sure you've heard of, you know, the Achaemenids, maybe. I damn sure ain't never heard of Chorasmia until I was, reading all this stuff. All right, so anyway, moving on. Number 10, they participated in the rebellion of Spidomenes against Alexander III, but later submitted to him after Spidomenes' death. So they fought against Alexander III, and then once the leader died, it was like, all right, we'll fuck with you. All right, 11. Some scholars suggest the Musagiti were absorbed by the Dahe during the later Hellenistic period. Number 12, the Dahe, according to some theories, replaced the Musagiti as the most known people of the Central Asian steppes. Number 13, during the Hellenistic period, a section of the Musagitian subtribe, the Derbises, migrated to central Tabaristan and Margiana. Here we go with these honors again. Number 14, around 230 BCE, the Parthian king and founder of the Parthian Empire, Arsaces I, sought refuge among the Musagitian subtribe of the Apesi. What? Hold on one second. We're gonna have to just do this on the fly live because I gotta get this name down. This name appears a little too often to be trying to mess it up every time. Want to bear with me. How to pronounce? Apusayasi. Okay, all right, well, there it is. If that's what it is, that's what it is. All right, so basically, the founder of the Parthian Empire, Arsaces I, sought refuge among the subtribe of the Musagiti, which is this subtribe called the Apusayasi. Number 15, Seleucus II, Callinicus's attempted campaign to recover eastern satrapies was initially successful, but faced revolts in the western part of his empire. So, yeah, this guy, he thought he was on the come up, but then, he had problems later on. Backed by the Apusayasi, the Parthians, including Arsaces I, were ultimately successful against Seleucus II. Boy, the way these names, like usually you have like the name and then the number. You know what I mean? This dude, Seleucus II Callinicus. Why he couldn't just be called Seleucus Callinicus II? But anyway, all right, fuck it. So moving on, 17. The Musagiti played a role in the historical events, including battles against the Achaemenids and involvement in the rise of the Parthian Empire. Number 18, the Musugides declined and merging into the Alans contributed to their disappearance as a distinct group. Obviously that's to be expected as time moves on and smaller groups merge with bigger groups. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, number 19, the Musagidi were skilled mounted bowmen and supplied the Achaemenid army with significant military support. So when see images in your mind of cowboys, Wild West, and you got pictures of white men riding on horses and attacking, you know, uh, even though, you know, in the North American continent, some of the research will say that the first original cowboys are um, Black Americans. That's that's cool, but to give you the story, these Caucasians been doing warfare on horseback, at least with the bow and arrow, busting what is breaking down over there as part of this new situation at this time in history. All right, number 20, Cyrus II. His death in battle against the Musugidi is described in different accounts with variations in the details. Number 21, Darius I's campaign against the Musagidi in 520 BC resulted in their conquest and submission to the Achaemenid rule. 22, the Musagidi's absorption into the empire affected their status and placement within the empire's administrative structure. 23, their involvement in the Macedonian invasion showcased their military significance. 24, the rebellion of Spitamenes and the subsequent submission to Alexander III highlighted the complex relationship between them and foreign powers. So, even though it sounds repetitive, I guess the way it's highlighted, I guess it's safe to say these wasn't no hoe ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? So, for other larger empires and other groups to fuck with the Mutsugidi, right, and want to have them as part of their army. So sometimes they fought against them and won, sometimes they lost. But if they won, they was trying to like, nah, y'all fucking with us now. We need y'all to put in that work. And from a leadership standpoint, that's the only reason why they was either for or against. So number 25, the migration and dispersion of the Musagidi into different regions during the Hellenistic period are noted. Number 26, the theory of the High replacing the Musagidi as the most known people in the Central Asian steppes is discussed among scholars, and still, I guess, they trying to figure that out. 27, the Musagidi's role as allies to Arsaces I in the founding of the Parthian Empire demonstrates their continued influence in the region at that time. 28, their participation in the rebellion against Alexander III also underscores their strategic importance in historical conflicts. 29, the decline and merging with the Alans reflect the broader historical trends and migrations in Central Asia. Number 30, their impact on the geopolitical landscape of their time is evident in their interactions with major empires and their eventual assimilation into larger tribal confederations. So we're gonna wrap that up. These this tribe, the Musagidi, they were, clearly a dominant force, and really the wins versus losses was really more of probably of a leadership situation. But overall, they they didn't, like, go out, and they end up just getting absorbed into the Allens, or what would become the Allens. So once again, like every episode, to run it back for niggas who never seen the other previous episodes, we started with the Caucasians outside the Great Wall of China. They were referred to as the UZ, the greater UZ and the lesser UZ, due to other factors, um, beefs going on with other groups of direct or indirect, whether it was the Mongolians popping off very early, or if it was, tribes within China that was beefing with them. Something caused them to say, you know what, we need to shake and slide west because they too strong over here. And we see these niggas putting up bricks. What's that? The Great Wall of China? Yeah. They got defenses coming up and all that shit. We need to go and slide. So these Caucasians, why do they have that slash Asian, the Cauc and the Asian, the Caucasians who came from Asia, goddammit. And I'm showing you step by step, tribe by tribe, historical fact by historical fact, and there it is. So we still in Central Asia. You know what I mean? We ain't even nowhere near what we would say officially is the Middle East yet. We ain't even near Eastern Europe yet. So just sit back, get your popcorn, enjoy the ride as we take you through white history. You know what I mean? And then finally cap it off. They lied about black history, so you shouldn't be so damn surprised that they lied about white history. All right, boom, and we out.